There's no other feeling like it. In any other tournament, you don't get the butterflies like you do leading up to the Crucible, playing in that World Championship. You know, it's a special venue. I thought it was a tough draw because Michael was playing well at the time, getting closer and closer to the top 16. I was confident, and also I had my friend with me, Bobby Lee, who came over for the World Championships. It's the first time he'd been back in the UK for like 9 or 10 years before he moved back out to Hong Kong. From what I remember, I started off well. As you say, got to 8-4 in front, more or less cruising really. Michael wasn't really playing that great. And then I think he just had like 4 frames from nowhere where he just like sort of went one visit, didn't really miss. Next minute I'm sitting there 8-all, not really done much wrong, and I'm thinking, this wasn't in the script, you know, this wasn't the plan, and managed to win the next frame to go 9-8. And then Michael won the next frame to go 9-all. I'm sat down, I'm looking up at Bobby, my friend, his head's on the balcony, and I'm thinking, bless him, like, his first time he's been over to the UK for like 8-9 years, and he could be going back home tomorrow. But what I remember in the decide, I think Michael broke off, he left me a long red into the corner pocket. I think I stunned it in for the blue and made a good 60-odd break, and more or less won it in one visit, so it was like quite pleasing to win the match like that in the end. I was just staying at the Mercure where I've stayed every year, just up the square from the Crucible. It's ideal really. I mean, you can leave the room 5-10 minutes before your match and just go down. So yeah, I was staying there as I had done the last few years. I had a day off after the Michael White games. I just relaxed really. I had a couple of practices at the venue, watched other people sweat it out in the first round, and then just got focused for the Ali Carter game. I think I played more or less a faultless game against Carter. I think I scored well when I got chances. I thought my safety was good and I had him in trouble.
Well, that's outrageous.
It seems I controlled the majority of the match. I think I was in front most sessions and played a good game.
Ali shakes his hand. He's disappointed. Another year goes by, but what a performance from Mark Selby.
First session was really scrappy. I thought I went into the match the wrong way. I felt as though I was getting drawn into the way Alan wanted to dictate the match. So at 4-3, like you say, we had a few scrappy frames which dragged on a little bit, didn't finish the session. And then the second session, Bobby was saying to me, look, when you're playing safety shots, play more attacking safety shots, open the frame up, because even though Alan's a great player at that particular time, he said, I feel like if you get chances, you've got more chances, you're going to score more times than what Alan will. So yeah, I mean, obviously it worked, and listened to Bobby and it worked. To win that match quite convincingly against Alan sort of set me up in good stead, I think, for the semi-final. I feel as though I still had a lot left in the tank. Because I sort of had a few experiences of the semi-final, lost to Dot in the semi-final a few years previous, I lost to John Higgins 2007. So I had the one-table setup experience before, so I sort of knew what to expect, so that was in my favour, I suppose. The match was like a fantastic standard from start to finish, what I do remember. Every time I kept breaking off and leaving him these long reds, he just kept dropping the long reds, and it felt as if he was getting first chance in every frame.
Wow, what a shot.
I think Neil played phenomenal.
What a shot that was. Absolute cracker.
But yeah, I mean, it was a fantastic game, and to come out on the winning side was really pleasing.
We have witnessed one of the best matches been played at the Crucible for many years. Both players, great friends on and off the table.
You're on a high. I mean, getting to the World Final is a great achievement, so you're sort of buzzing on a high. You do all your press and stuff, and then you do things for the BBC because they're doing the build-up before the final, so you're having to do that all that night as well. The job's not even done, you know. You've got another 2 or 3 days solid in the final, first to 18, to look forward to.
And Ronnie O'Sullivan goes through to his 3rd final in 3 years. A very comfortable winner in the end, 17 frames to 7.
I always said to myself, if I was to win the World Championships, I'd want to beat the best in the game, in the biggest stage. And if I could pick somebody to play in the final and to come on the winning side, it would have been Ronnie. First session, I mean, I was happy with 5-3, you know, because I felt as I'd not really turned up in that final, not through no fault of my own, but because I was feeling physically tired and fatigued. I mean, like I say, I tried to focus. The harder I tried, the worse it seemed to have got. So to still be in that game 5-3, I was sort of happy with that, because if you're going to lose a session, it's probably the best scoreline you want to lose it. Still a long way to go, you know, first to 18, and I'm one of them people, I never give up until that last ball potted, so that was always my strategy. I think he went 8-3 and then I went 10-5. I managed to get out 10-7, which at 10-7 for me, I felt like I was 10-7 in front rather than 10-7 behind, especially from being 8-3 down. For me, the biggest thing was that second day. I had a good night's sleep that night and felt a lot fresher the next day, felt a lot more up for it, a lot more focused, and I felt as though I could focus a lot better, and I think that showed in my performance. Best feeling ever, that is, as a snooker player, you know, obviously like the walk down the stairs in the last session. I was in a good positive mindset. Obviously I had all my friends and family there, so I had everyone supporting me, so it was a great feeling walking down them stairs and trying to win the Worlds for the first time.
It's there.
For some reason in that final towards the end, the closer it got to the finishing line, the more relaxed I felt, which was strange. Whether it's because I was just zoned in and nothing else mattered, it was just like me and the table out there. I don't know, but it's not a bad feeling to have in the biggest competition we play in.
Oh, he's flicked the blue, but what a flick. Look where he's finished up.
10.
I definitely finished stronger. Obviously I didn't start the match great, but towards the end, the closer it got to the finishing line, I felt as though I didn't fall over the finishing line. I actually won it.
If this green goes in, this could be his chance. Well, it obviously passes the blue. So, Mark Selby, you need these 4 colours.
And it was great to obviously have all my family, my wife and her family there as well. The clearance I made in the last frame to go on when it would probably be one of the best clearances I've ever made under the circumstances and stay with me forever.
Just the black for a famous victory. Absolutely incredible!
Even though you believe to yourself that you're capable of becoming world champion until you actually do it, I mean, you don't believe it really. You're looking up at your friends and family, they're all related, hugging each other and everyone. If I could choose anyone else who I wanted to be there, that would have been the only person what was missing, you know, my father. I mean, obviously, he sort of got me into the sport. Never really seen me play as a professional. He passed away just before I turned professional, so never seen me play one game, but I mean, he'd have been over the moon what I've achieved, not just in the World Championship, but what I've achieved so far.